What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. All of my socials will be at the bottom of the screen for you. If you're not following me yet, I'd really appreciate it if you could. We're at 1,800 subscribers now, I think. So 200 away from that 2,000. And it would be great to reach that, hopefully, by the end of this season. What we are having a chat about today is obviously our game against QPR tomorrow. So this is just kind of like the usual preview game that I like to do before we get into it. And like I said, I'm trying to get this in time with how I want to have it. So always, as we start out, the first thing that I'm going to look at is the injury list for QPR. So at the moment, they have Harvey Vale out, Ilias Char. That's a big one, that. Clark, Salter, Jonathan Varane, Ryan Coley, Sam Field, and Zian Quella, I'm going to say, just because of, I think that's how it's pronounced. If I've butchered that and there's any QPR fans watching this, I do apologise. So they have quite an extensive injury list currently at the moment. But like I said, the Char one is the biggest one for me. He caused us a lot of problems last season. So hopefully, for us, anyways, it's a positive. I believe it's a hamstring problem, and he's still waiting to have a scan on it as well. They need to let it settle down a little bit. I think he pulled it during the game against Middlesbrough overall. So, next thing we want to look at is QPR's current form in terms of how things are going for them. And over the last few games, it's not looking particularly good. So they have won 4-0, which is against Derby County. They have then lost 4 on the spin. So they've lost away twice, away 3 times, and at home once. So they've lost to Portsmouth 2-1, Sheffield United 2-1. They've lost to West Brom 1-0, and then Middlesbrough 2-1. So not sparkling form for them at the moment. So they're going through what you would term as a bit of a difficult patch, a rough period, however you want to pronounce it. But as much as it's the form guide, I try not to read too much into these things purely because of form always goes out the window when it comes to Leeds United. It's just one of those things. And I'm going to give Portsmouth as the prime example for that. They beat us at home and then they go away and lose to Plymouth. So with Portsmouth, it was lose at Luton, beat Leeds, lose at Plymouth. It's that up in your game for particular teams and stuff. So whilst it is a factor, I don't think it's a big determining factor, shall we say. Okay, so let's have a quick look at QPR's strengths. So they're good at attacking set pieces. They are good at coming back from losing positions. They're good at creating scoring chances. They're good at defending set pieces, and they're also good at protecting their lead as well. Conversely, if we look at their weaknesses, they're weak at keeping possession of the ball. They are weak at finishing scoring chances. They're weak at defending skillful players. They're weak at defending attacks down the wings, and they're very weak, it says here, at defending against long shots. So that all kind of feeds into what Leeds United's strengths are. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's, again, another positive for us looking at this and you know, kind of moving forwards with it at the same time. So style of play-wise, they attack down the right, play with width. They take a lot of shots. They like to try and play the offside trap. They have a consistent first 11, playing in their own half. It says that opponents play aggressively against them. We're not an aggressive team, so I don't really think that will count into how we're going to play tomorrow morning. Another early kickoff, shall we say, 12:30, and we've had another announcement of another early kickoff that the Mr. Wilson put out in news that would shock absolutely nobody. Game's been moved for TV again, so we're currently out of the 38 games that we've played, only 10 of them have been 3 p.m. kickoffs. Make of that what you will. And it was brought up on Jer's podcast last night when I was on it in terms of the recovery time for teams. Our recovery time is like 62.5 hours. and you've got Burnley's, who is like 90 odd hours worth of recovery time, and then you've got Sheffield United, who's got like 110 hours worth of recovery time. I don't like to talk about conspiracy theories. We're sitting top of the table. We should be positive about it, but sometimes the headlines almost write themselves. That's all I'm going to say. So the next thing moving on, I think it's probably quite a good idea to look at the head-to-head that we have. So these are all championship head-to-heads, and these are going all the way back to 2017, to home and away, etc., so on and so forth. So we've got draw, Leeds win, Leeds win, Leeds win, QPR win, Leeds win, QPR win, Leeds win, QPR win 4-0. We won't talk about that because I can't. I'm still not over that. And then we won in the earliest game so far this season was 2-0 at home. So a good mix of results there. So hopefully that's something that we can continue on what we did at the start of this season, moving into the game tomorrow. So that just gives a bit of a flavour of hopefully what we're looking at overall. Then from from looking at the insight style of things, to just give you, this is more to give an idea where QPR are at the moment. They've scored 7 goals in their last 5 matches. They have lost their last 4 matches. Us and QPR have not drawn in any of their last 10 matches against each other. We've conceded 8 goals in last 5, ranked 3 away from home this season, and Dan James is still ranked 2nd for big chances created in the Championship. I'm sure he was 1st. Well, it's probably somebody's got an extra assist on that one. Who knows? Just one of those things. And then from a point of view of player versus player, so this, again, just something that I like to do as a comparison to show you where we sit versus where QPR sit. So our top 3 players are all in the 7s. Only one of their top 3 players is in the 7s. From a goals point of view, obviously the goals that we've scored and our goal difference is silly at the moment. So that stands us in good stead. And then from an assist point of view, 9 from Dan James, 9 from Burpo. That's why he's not number 1 anymore. 7 from Manal Solomon. So you can see from an attacking point of view, it's all lining up for us to do really, really well. However, they've lost 4 in a row. It's whether or not they've got the stones to not lose 5 in a row. I want us to go there and try and win the game outright, and I want us to do it in the right manner. So God knows what's going to go on with that one. Forecast-wise, so what's potentially going to happen? So we might score as a result of individual skill. We're going to score a long shot. Apparently we're the long shot kings now. We'll stray offside often. I can see that potentially being a hindrance maybe. We'll control the game in the opposition's half. We'll dominate possession. We normally do on a regular basis. And it's saying that we will score from a wing play position being a yellow marker, but the rest being green. So the green ones are the more likely things that are going to happen in the actual game itself. And then I just wanted to point out top scorer side of things, just to give everybody a little bit of an idea again. Obviously, Joel Peru, for me, he should be on 16, not 15. But you can see Peru scored nearly double the amount of goals that Freya scored in terms of being top scorer. Played more games as well. His XG is obviously higher, etc., so on and so forth. So it's a weird one. I'm confident, but I think we all still have the PTSD from the game last time around. So it's just trying to keep cool heads on it. It's not the worst thing if we draw. Everybody remember that. We draw and we effectively still stay top going into the international break. But a win would be absolutely lovely. We win, and that puts pressure on Burnley on Saturday and then also on Sheffield United on the Sunday as well, which is a big, big derby. So that has the potential to be quite an interesting game as well, which I think I will probably watch. That's going to do it for this one. Preview, all done and finished. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you've not done so already, if you could subscribe, all of that kind of good stuff. So to my YouTube, so I can get to 2,000, TikTok, all of that kind of stuff, be greatly appreciated. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for stopping by. Cheers.